Okay, welcome to my video on how to pack CB radios for eBay. A good smooth transaction should be from, let's say, the listening accuracy through to the packaging and also to what courier you choose as a seller. For instance, I don't offer Sendle, but if you choose Sendle, if you choose either Sendle or eBay postage labels, and it's got in brackets the word recommended. If you choose that recommended one, that'll probably default to Sendle. So just a bit of a heads up there, a bit of a tip. Go through the list manually and choose Australia Post so you won't get caught out using Sendle, because with Sendle I've found that there's massive delays. Going from a suburb in Melbourne to where I am in Melbourne, there was like probably just on a week. It was pretty ridiculous. So, and I accidentally chose Sendle, but on the listing it said eBay postage labels. So anyway, that's enough about that. But if you want a smooth transaction, just have it smooth all the way through and your buyer will be happy. But I'm making this video about posting. Now, if you've got a box where it's only just bigger than the radio, forget it. Don't ship it. One of the Washingtons I bought recently, it came in this fiberglass, in this sort of thinnish fiberglass sheet, and it had plastic around it, like as if it was some insulation for a heater or something. I'm not too sure, but although it was protected, it was only just protected. It wasn't adequate. It really was not adequate. So it's best to use thick bubble wrap and fill up all the box so that you can't squash the box when you seal it up. The radio should not rattle or move at all, but preferably use those biodegradable packing peanuts. That's what I use. I've got a couple of big boxes of them, so just a bit of a heads up there. But getting back to the box size, the box should really be quite a lot bigger than the radio. Doesn't matter whether it's a base radio or a mobile radio, but the box should be quite a lot bigger. So there you go. So always pick an adequate size box. Now, because I'm using an adequate size box for the Washington that I'm about to package up, and I'm going to put packing peanuts between the radio and the box, a good couple of inches, quite a lot of space for protection, good protection in transit. It's probably not necessary to use bubble wrap, and I certainly don't use screwed up paper. It's best to use other things, but even if you've got to buy it, it pays to pack it well, not just whatever you have on hand. Just if you haven't got something good, buy it. Or reuse something that you've got from another seller, if it's good packaging. But I buy those big boxes of packing peanuts, the biodegradable ones. But anyway, with this, if you've got a really big box and you've got plenty of space between the item and the box for heaps of packing peanuts to actually fill chock-a-block, and I don't mean put the radio in the bottom of the box so I can get shock damage if it's dropped by the courier or something. No, you have a good couple of inches at the bottom of the box with packing peanuts, and I'll show you shortly. But with this, so if you've got plenty of room and heaps of packing peanuts on all six sides, you don't need to bubble wrap the radio, mobile or base. You don't need to bubble wrap it. But I'm doing it just to add a little bit extra and just to keep it nice. But if you've got a lot of room, what I was going to say is that you can just wrap it up in like a really huge, garbage bag, preferably a clean one. But just plastic, just to protect it from any lint that might possibly rub off from the packing peanuts onto the radio. So I just do that just to protect it. Just quite often it's just plastic or something like that. It doesn't need to be bubble wrap. But because it's already got heaps of protection from a lot of packing peanuts. But with this, the reason why I'm mentioning this bubble wrap, the reason why I'm doing it anyway, because I want to show you something. If you're using bubble wrap as a seller, please don't tape the crap out of it. You don't need to use that really wide tape that you'd use to seal a box. No, use the skinny tape that you'd use to, say, stick a shipping label on the box. The skinny tape, it's about 1 inch wide. And when you're doing it, there's the opening. You could use 1 or 2 pieces, but I just use one piece, and it's a couple of inches long, maybe 2-3 inches long. and just use the one piece and that's it. So that way when the buyer goes to open it, they can just put their thumb there and just sort of unstick it and then carefully rip it off, and that's it, throw the tape away. And that way they're not going to rip open the bubble wrap in frustration because you've taped the crap out of it. Just use minimal tape. It's going to stay there nicely. It's open there, but that doesn't matter. That's all going to be held tight when it's packed anyway. And yeah, because I find what a lot of sellers do, they use that wide tape. If I can quickly grab some out of my bag here, they use this stuff, and they go around and round and round, and they take the absolute crap out of it. And sometimes I just rip the bubble wrap open in frustration because I've taken it out of the box, like let's say 5 minutes ago, and I still haven't seen the radio yet because I'm piss farting around with their packing job. Now, some people pack great, but they do overkill with the tape. So I use this for shipping labels. So always use the narrow one for bubble wrap, and just 2 inches or so long on the opening, and that's it. So as I said, the buyer can open it nice and easily. They can reuse the bubble wrap, and not only can they open it quickly, they can do so without ruining it. Because why waste money buying packaging materials if you can easily reuse it without destroying it? And again, just a little bit of tape, maybe 3 inches long, the narrow stuff. So I'm going to put that on the edge of this piece of bubble wrap. And there's the tape there. And again on this last bit, it's the narrow tape, just a couple of inches long, one piece. And next, now that I've packed the sort of wrapped up the radio, now is box preparation. Okay, so the box is prepared. So with these packing peanuts, completely cover the bottom of the box, and the radio sits on top of that. And the reason why I'm making this video is because quite often I've actually been rather disappointed with the packing efforts of some sellers out there. So, but anyway, this is how I pack. And so I've got the Washington base station CB on top of quite a lot of packing peanuts there, and there's quite a good gap. And you guessed it, that big gap is going to be filled chockers with packing peanuts. And the guy that I recently bought a Washington from, he cut this box down to make it just big enough. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rebuild the box back up with tape. I'm going to rebuild it up so there's plenty of room. Now it's going to cost me more. It's going to cost more for shipping, but so be it. I'd rather it arrives. I mean, my one recently arrived great, but the packing could have been a lot better. So I'm going to go the extra mile, and I'm going to use the same box that he had, but I'm going to rebuild it up. So this is all going to be taped up. It was cut and it was cut down, but I'm going to remake it up. And there's going to be absolutely heaps of like oodles of room for packing peanuts. So there you go. So that's what you do. You have packing peanuts on the bottom, let's say 1 to 2 inches, or you can do more, but that should be enough. Though there's a lot of cushioning there, and you've got the bubble wrap too. And I've made sure that there's plenty of room between the knobs and the box. I might see if I can find a bit of cardboard just to put a bit of cardboard in here for a bit more protection. But that's going to be chock as a bubble wrap. There's a good couple of inches there. Then packing peanuts go all around the side. You just stuff them in there, and then heaps on the top as well, a good couple of inches. And then you seal it up, and that's it. But you seal it up in such a way that the flaps don't sag. So you might have to put another couple of handfuls of packing peanuts in there. You want the flaps to be either flat. I suppose it could bow up a little tiny bit, but you're ideally flat if you can, but not sagging. because the more it sags, it's getting towards the radio, because you don't know how these are stacked or how they have it in vans. I think they stack them on top of each other. So you got to pack it solid as a rock, whether it's a mobile CB or a base radio, especially for a base. I've pulled the radio back out of the box, fell into the bottom of the box that was around the sides of it and everything. So now there's a good few inches of packing peanuts. And the reason why I've decided to do that is because I've used tape to this box was cut down from a previous base that I just bought. So the box has been made back up. So this is the Washington's going to have absolutely heaps and heaps of packing peanuts. Okay, so the box has been made back up, and I've decided to put even more packing peanuts on the bottom of the Washington base, and always pays to have a box that's really big, like really big, you know, not only just big enough. Forget it. I'm sick of seeing that when I'm buying. Make sure it's an adequate box so you can put heaps of packing peanuts, a good couple of inches if you can, or no less than 1 inch, but if you can do more like that, even better. And now I'm going to fill all the sides of packing peanuts. I'm going to stuff them in, and then there's going to be heaps and heaps on the top, a good few inches there. All right, still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. So I then put heaps of handfuls, or grab a scoop or whatever you can, even tip the box upside down. It's a massive box. My lighting's just changed, but never mind. It's a massive box over there, really huge box. And I just make sure that the packing peanuts are all tight. They're all firm between the box and the base radio. One thing you'd think is, well, okay, there's heaps of packing peanuts, I'm ready to seal the box. Wrong. Does the box sag? Yeah, it is sagging a bit. It means you haven't got enough in there. So there's maybe about half an inch, or on that one there's quite a bit of gap between the top and that, so you need more. There you go, right up to the line, absolutely chockers full of packing peanuts. And the Washington is completely out of sight on all 6 sides. That's how they should be packed. And voila, the finished product. So there's the Washington base station CB, all boxed up in a huge box. As I said earlier, the box was cut down from the previous seller actually, but I've taped it and I've remade the box back up. So there's a good couple of inches of bubble wrap down the bottom. So not bubble wrap, I mean packing peanuts. Then you've got the Washington, and then there's quite a lot. There's a good couple of inches of packing peanuts all around it. There's a lot there. And it's all taped up nice and tight. And the sag test, it's not sagging, it's very firm. It moves a little bit, but it's not sagging as such. And I picked up in my hands before, because I can't do this and film at the same time, but the radio does not move at all. If there's any sound, that's the packing peanuts moving, but it's absolutely chockers. It's very, very solid. So there you go. That's how I pack, and that's how I wish all my radios were packed. But unfortunately, I'm quite often disappointed. But yeah, there you go. So that's how to successfully and adequately pack a base station CB radio. Thanks for watching.